Hello, gentlemen. Welcome back. Got me another camera. But 2004 Chevy. Obviously, it's one of the cat eyes, as you can see. 4x4 truck with 5.3. Got some ailments. Okay, so problem. Solutions. Don't know. Apparently, the guy unhooks his battery every night. Number one. Number two, he says the truck won't start on the key. So, I'm going to crank the key, see if the truck will run. Alright, that's me holding the key into the crank position. So, nothing. So apparently, the guy is at least smart enough. He pulls the cover off the starter relay and hits it, and then the truck starts up. It starts and runs. Take my word for it, I'm not going to start it up. I had a host of codes in there, but I cleared the codes before I run it because I want to know why there's a misfire. There's definitely a misfire in this truck, plain as day. But I've also noticed that the light switch, the dimmer and all that good stuff, the dome override, it doesn't turn the lights off. So you know how you got an automatic lights, then you flip it to the 0 position on the Chevys and that will turn the lights off when the key is on. Anyway, we're not doing that. No, I know that ain't working. So I hooked my snap-on up to it. And I got my snap-on plugged in a can-do. If you don't know what that is, never mind. But immediately, my can-do started beeping. Meaning, there's something wrong. It has detected a problem on the CAN network. So, now we're on the Autel. Let's go from there, bits by bits. Now, mind you, I have no idea how to use that tool. So, we'll figure it out together. And I'm going to throw this in there. A lot of people are going to be upset about it, but I really don't care. Me and the Autel tools have been having an issue. Autel, if you're listening, it's crap. Fix those tools. You know, if you got to make them more expensive to make them better, by all means do that, but selling the junk is not acceptable. I've had one of them, Maxxis Elite, that I had sitting in there that hardly got used. It now don't even come on. I don't know what's the matter with it. Could be a battery, it could be anything. Could be the whole thing blown up. You know, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'm not interested in no coulda, shoulda, woulda. Fact of the matter is, the tool was hardly used. It's sitting in climate control, and it is no longer working. You know, I tried to sell it the other day, and yeah, I tried to turn it on, and like, what? Tool don't come on. So here we got to go fix it before I can even do something with it. You know, I'm sorry, I got a Bosch sitting in there. Never had a problem with it. Snap-on, never have a problem with it. These things here always act up, doing something stupid. Have updates showing them an Ultra, brand spanking new unit. It says it shows like 8 updates, then you hit update all and it does one and it says no updates available. Really? I mean, come on, fix that crap. You know, people spend the money on it, you know, you want to take the market over, let's get it fixed. Anyway, that's a small little rant. Get you on in here. We do have topography for that vehicle. Sorry about glare from the lights. So, body control module, instrument panel cluster, and HVAC. Alright, so body control module, trouble codes. So, headlamp, high beam control circuit. And this is one of them that I can believe. Daytime running lamp control, 1 circuit malfunction. Well, I wonder if that's got something to do with me not being able to turn these lights off. Parking lamp control. Same thing. And we'll go back. Escape this. Instrument panel cluster as soon as it rescans. Trouble codes. Like I said, now we had other codes in here. I just opted to ignore them because the battery kept being unhooked. It wouldn't much matter anyway, as we are going to run the truck. Device ignition 1 circuit low. All right. That leads back to our ignition switch. By the sounds of it, I don't know that, but by the sounds of it anyway. And then last but not least, see what it's complaining about? I got a feeling, well, it popped it up before I said it. I had a feeling it had something to do with the temperature control on that side. Ask me why I know that. No, don't matter. Anyway, I'm not too worried about that. Parasitic drain, I haven't checked. That's one of the things that we are going to be attacking on the truck, but I want to know more about the ignition circuit right at the moment. I want to see what's going on with that first. So let's see if we can figure that part out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, IPC. We're going to jump into life data, inputs and outputs. Let's see what we can't see. We can see, obviously there's a menu here, a menu, a host of things that we can check, and I'm not going to film all that, but I will be checking some of these items. Do some turning on the blinkers and blah blah blah, do some other stuff and see if there's any feedback we're getting back through this. Interesting. I don't know. No feedback. Left turn and all that good stuff. I hadn't looked at the active test yet, but I don't know if you noticed or if you have noticed. My switch is working again. That is correct. Don't know what changed. We didn't beat on anything, nothing like that, but all of a sudden it is working. I can't get no feedback. I don't see the blinkers working. I don't see any of the buttons that I push. I don't see any of it. So I don't know. I don't know. I did, however, notice that the RPM gauge is actually stuck on 1500. There's a display test in here. Engine speed 0 RPM, and we're sitting on 1500. Wonder if I can switch that on and off. Let me pause you up again. So turning it on, that gives that only has right now 2 of the gauges working. The other ones are all over the place, and I mean all over the place. So instrument panel cluster is going to have to get fixed. For one, that will end the video early. I got a place down there in Florida that I'm going to send that to and get it fixed. I already know they're going to want to fix it, so well, yeah, that one will be a to be continued. That has got to be fixed. I mean, the needles on it, I've seen it, or we've seen it too many times on these Chevrolets. You know, they've had problems with gauge, with these gauge clusters for a long time, so it's going to have to get fixed. I'm not jumping into some, this thing has got mirrors hanging out on the wire, and you know, it's too much for me to attack not knowing one thing or the other isn't working, if that makes sense. Okay, a real quick check. 1, 2. I'm gonna show you this fuse. Oh man, I got hung. I'm gonna show you this fuse box. Looks pretty bad. So the fact that, whoa, oh, I just knocked the leg over. That's what it was. Lost my train of thought now. Thank you. Let me get you in here. All right, now we can see. So the fact that we can start. Okay, so the vehicle will run and start. What does that tell you about the state of the system? It tells you, actually, well, it tells me that, whoop, wrong way, okay, that's all well. That tells me that everything is okay as far as the computer is concerned. The computer has no problems at all. Now, what we can do here, and that's what I was about to do. I think it's this one right here. Let me see. Can you see? Yeah, I think you can see. Maybe it's not that one right there. The layout on that is a little bit confusing to me. Maybe I wasn't touching correctly. Well, Hootie, I don't know what to tell you. Actually, I think it's this one right here. Whichever one it is, we're going to go to that one right there. Like I said, the layout is a little bit funky. Let me see if I find an adapter for this. And would you know I don't. May not have been touching. All right, you see the red light? So you all see the red light here, okay? Well, let me disconnect this. I don't want to spread anything here. Not that it's going to matter. So, right on the, that's my Lyle test kit, by the way. 100% not a sponsor, but that's a great kit. That's the master kit that's also got the pliers to lift it out. It's got all these connectors and we can remote start. It's a 69300. Like I said, that's their master kit. I like using it. Again, absolutely not a sponsor, but I do like Lyle stuff. So anyway, what I was doing here, I was cranking this vehicle with the key. So we absolutely unequivocally have ground. The ignition sends a ground signal to the relay. The relay should have two powers, but I'm going to make a long story short. We don't have power on this side. Now, there's a fuse over here. It's a 10 amp. Okay, the fuse is clearly lighting on both sides. I don't have to pull the fuse per se. It is lighting on both sides. The connector from the top side here looks okay, but the fact of the matter is, you can just take my word for it. We don't have power on the coil. There's no power being sent to the coil. There's no magic happening any other place. There should be a power and a power. So the coil should have power, and it gets the ground from the ignition. And matter of fact, the coil receives its power from the fuse, from this fuse right here. That's where it receives its power. But from the fuse to the relay, apparently we've lost connection, and there is turds in here, mice turds, and I don't even want to know about the rest of it. But anyway, somehow or another, we are losing the connection between this fuse and this relay. Sorry, I'm not really good at explaining this. But anyway, the circuit itself works. That's to prove the truck does start and run, so we'll have to check this fuse box here out. So, somebody rigged something in this relay right here. Lord only knows what that is. Like I said, they pulled the cover off of this and been squeezing the relay to start this truck. And the parasitic drain part of it that I had, or that they're explaining to me that it has, I couldn't verify because it sat there with the key in the ignition. Of course, the lights were out, but what am I trying to say? When I walked up to the truck earlier, it was at the same state it was when I checked it the first time, so there's no drain there. I got this truck last night, so I didn't do anything with it. I tried to crank it, and that didn't work. I hit the relay, drove it in here, and that was about as far as I got. Anyway, so the videos don't get so long, like everybody's complaining. Fuse box, we're going to tack that one. I must be getting old, ladies and gentlemen, because I actually forgot something. I just happened to think about that. On those gauge clusters, best I remember, I told you that GM's always had problems with gauge clusters, and I think, if memory serves me correctly, there is an issue with it draining the battery as well. So we're not going to just completely dismiss his discharging of the battery, but anyway, I've already contacted the customer, and they definitely want all of it fixed. So we're going to try to source a fuse box, and I'm going to get this cluster sent off, have it repaired, and jump back on the video whenever I get that stuff back. Just something else. I almost didn't kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. So I almost tried to overcomplicate something that was really simple. So, rabbit hole, but we didn't jump in it.